Hey guys, Bombarder here from Bespin Custom Props, Rebel Armory Forum and FX Sabers. This is a Korbanth episode 6, or DV6 as he calls it, Vader Saber. This one's got a Proffieboard fitted in it with neopixel
Vengeance.
It's got a few custom sound fonts, well not custom but extra sound fonts that the customer asked me to fit for him. Vengeance is one of them.
Smooth Road Commander.
That'll be the pommel on the speaker, which I'll explain in a bit.
Lord Vader.
It's got Lord Vader on here.
A balance. Smooth Jedi.
And then the rest of them are all as normal. Made a neopixel blade plug for it as well. He's got a lot of mounting depth as well, because I didn't bring the pixel pogos, which are TCSS ones. I didn't bring them all the way forward. They're basically mounted to wherever the chassis finishes, so it's got a lot of blade depth in here. This is the blade retention screw. I didn't want to use this for one simple reason. If you loosen this, then this is loose, and I didn't want to glue this part just in case it needed to be taken apart at any time. So I had to shorten that screw because it was sticking through too far on the inside. This one was also sticking through too far to be able to use correctly, so I had to take some thread off the sides of this as well. Other thing that I've done, fitted brass pins on both sides. At the request of the customer. Fitted a different kobold at the customer's request, which he sent to me. Now the one thing with this is he's got the Dimitri stock, whatever his name is, chassis fitted in this, and I'm not sure if he extended the speaker section at the customer's request or made it deeper or whatever it was, but you can't have the pommel screwed all the way down into it. This, before anyone thinks that I haven't mounted the chassis correctly, I have. It's butted right up against this where it's meant to be butted up against. But when you screw the pommel all the way in, it vibrates on the speaker. So you have to wind the pommel out about a mil, 1 mil or so. So around about a turn and a half. It has to be wound out. Otherwise it touches. The other problem that I found with this Saber was with the Proffieboard in it, because you need to access the Proffieboard via the USB. You can't lift the Proffieboard out because these brass bars are in the way which hold the cover on. You can't put a USB connector in the end of it because there's a bridge across here, so I had to use a Dremel and cut out the bridge section that goes across here to allow access to the USB port on it with a connector, and it's still a tight fit because of the length of the connector and the wire that's on the reinforced section coming out the back. Still a tight fit going in there. So anyone that buys this chassis, be aware of those two things, that you will have to wind the pommel out a touch, and you will have to cut this section of chassis out here to be able to put your connector in if you want to do any updates on the Proffieboard itself, i.e. like firmware updates, or even just accessing the SD card which is underneath there. It's nearly impossible with this bridge in the way because you can't get tweezers in there to get at it. So it's just a couple of things to think about when purchasing this chassis to be used with it. I'm not sure about the Goth 3D chassis, whether that chassis is going to have the same issue. I mean, I'm saying it's the chassis, it's a problem with the chassis, but it might not be. It could actually be that this rear half of handle could be 1 mil too short. It may have been cut too short in the factory. I just don't know. So basically when using this, that's all the way in now, where you would expect it to be wound all the way in. And you can hear it on the speaker. And I've flush the rivets off inside, see, you wind it out, no more problems. So I'll just get a blade and I'll do the demo through the blade in it.